Allah Akbar.
This is an amazing country. Nobody tells me what to do, nobody tells me what to say, and I feel absolutely free here.
But critics would argue that if Islam has a message of peace, then how come majority of the Muslims in the world can't agree with one another on so many issues? Talking to a Muslim blogger a couple of days back, he raised an important question. He was saying that Muslims most of the times can't agree on what time they want to pray, what mosque they want to go to, what time they want to celebrate Eid. If Muslims can't agree half the times on what they want to do for each other, how can they convince the rest of the world that Islam means peace?
Well, maybe that might be true, but it seems that a lot of the world seems to be convinced that Islam means something to them because a lot of people in the world are converting to Islam. And I don't necessarily think that Muslims are going to attract people to Islam. Allah will attract people to Islam and turn hearts to Islam. Our responsibility is to make sure that we don't get in the way of that process by acting in ways that are completely inappropriate and offensive. And so how it is that we conduct ourselves is not only for our benefit, but also for the benefit of those who might happen to see us and identify us as Muslims. The fact that Muslims can't agree on anything isn't a big deal. A lot of people can't agree on anything. The fact that people stay in unity around the important issues of praying, remembering God, acting correctly, being compassionate towards one another, caring for people, all of those things, having justice, having correct thoughts, and having correct actions that come from those thoughts. All of those things are really the foundation upon which the unity that we have as Muslims flows.
Tell us, what is it that attracted you towards Islam?
With Islam, it's just you, God, the Quran, and the truth.
There's another perception about America and the American Muslims that relates to the concept that Muslims here are under attack and are suffering.
Yeah. Muslims are having a normal life. Muslims are having a very normal life. Muslims are tolerated extremely well. The media certainly presents a certain image, but part of that image is actually fed to the media from people who want to create that image. And those might be Muslims. They might be some people who decide that that they have some political agenda and there's some advantage for them to be able to create that impression in people. But American people are good people. American people are really very inviting. They're extremely tolerant. They're very forgiving. They're very loving. That's been my experience for the last 60 years. I've been living here. I was born here. I'm an American. I like Americans. I like them very much. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the world. This is the place I want to live because here people have the freedom to choose what it is that they want, and there's a responsibility that goes with those choices. And that responsibility is what it is that we as Muslims have to take full weight of. We have to take full responsibility. In a place where you can access anything, you have to walk on a path that our Sheikh described as being like the edge of a sword that's honed 70,000 times. He said, that's the path that we're walking on. You can't lean too far to the world. You can't lean too far to fanaticism. You have to be balanced. You have to be completely balanced. And to maintain that balance, you need the support of the 5 pillars of Islam. You need the support of the Hadith. You need the support of the guidance of the sheikhs and the wise ones who've learned things that we might not have learned and can guide us. So all of those things come into play, but this is a place where people are allowed to not only to discuss, but they're allowed to object. They're allowed to criticize, but all of that stuff is tolerated under the First Amendment. But freedom of religion is tolerated.
This is an amazing country. I came here as an immigrant. My parents escaped a war and came here. I came from a very poor family. When I graduated high school, I was given a scholarship to go to college. When I graduated college, I was given loans to go to law school. The opportunity was given to me to advance myself by the government. Nobody asked me who I was, where I came from. I applied and they gave these things to me. I've been given the opportunity to practice religion the way I want. Nobody tells me what to do, nobody tells me what to say, and I feel absolutely free here. I've traveled to Mecca 10 times. Nobody here's asked me why, what was I doing there, and what was the reason that I went. I would say to people that one of the great difficulties in this world is that we judge others without knowing them.